Hi guys! Hello! Since when were Disney songs this relatable? They were always relatable. You just weren't listening hard enough. You just weren't old enough. Disney songs weren't written for children. They were written to be listened to by children, but felt by adults. Hi Ocelot! Hi Marcelix! Hi Poopy! Hi Rishwash! Hi Emilio! Hi Alert! Hello Soggy Sandwich! Hi Real Bad Bacon! Hi Lolo! Day 2 of asking if Hannah has listened to Dungeon. Oh my gosh! No, I haven't. I'm writing it down. I'm actually gonna make a freaking alarm right now. I'm making an alarm to listen to it because it is something I really want to watch. I just I'm super forgetful. Hi Qualin Fisher! Hello! Hi Harrison! How's your Monster Hunter gameplay going? Hannah, hello lovely. Hi Lolo. Faxel. I wasn't listening hard enough. Real. Smelly! Yo! Smelly! How's the subway? How's the subway job going? Guys, look what I have today. Look what I have today. Extra toasty Cheez-Its. You know it's gonna be a good This is a very good day. What are you writing, Harrison? Another episode? Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Thank you so much for the soups. Oh my gosh, Snickle. I will forever feel like your name, like every time I say your name, Snickle Lover, I will always feel like I'm saying a slur for some reason. Like, I don't know what it is about your username, but it just, you, like, chat, you agree with me, right? Like, that, like, Snickle, it just sounds like, ugh, like, are you allowed to say that? Thank you so much for the 10 gifted, W10 gifted, let's freaking go. I can feed my 10 children, and, I can pay my water bill now. No more stinky streamer. Hi, Rhino. Welcome into chat. Hello. Another snack. I might have an issue at this point. Oh my gosh. We got Katy Perry playing. Dude, the meows is so funny. And why is it kind of on beat? Hello. So many soups. I'm fine as long as Rish is pronounced like Rish. What's the other way it would be pronounced? Reich? Yep, this one is gonna be a bloody one. Ooh, I wonder how you're gonna do that. Sorry, I'm like actually enjoying this music and these snacks. Sleepy, what time is it for you, Smelly? What time is it in the UK? Subway okay, Smelly okay. How's the wife? How's the wife? Yeah, I saw in Discord that you mentioned the woman. How's the wife? It would be really unfortunate timing if something happened that was negative around this time. Because it was a while ago that you mentioned this. Brad, thank you so much for the gifted soup. W gifted soup. Let's freaking go. Sorry guys if I'm replying kind of slow. I'm like making my way down chat. I'm trying to reply to all of you guys. Oh my gosh, hi! Thank you so much, Brax! Big forehead kisses. Guys, look at this bracelet. My sister got me this for Christmas, and it's like a QR code. This is a red panda, and basically, like, they're like endangered animals or like animals that have been like captured and released back into the wild for whatever reason. And then there's like an app that it connects to. And so this particular red panda is technically my red panda that I get to like track. So like anytime he moves location or does anything, I get to get updates on my app about him. It was a really cool Christmas gift. And it was only like $5. Dude, red pandas are so cute. Yo, Poopy Boy! Thank you so much for the 5 gifted. What the frick? What the actual, what? Bro, I'm gonna go get some Amish milk. I don't know what my obsession with the Amish are as of late, but I'm very interested. Maybe we'll do a React stream day where I learn more about the Amish and what that even means. Dude, Amish friendship bread is really delicious. I will say that. I have had that before, and it's actually really good. Thank you so much. Does this mean we get food down in the basement finally? I suppose I can spare some soup in the basement for you guys. I suppose, I'll let you guys have your 10 minutes of sunlight. Thank you so much. Hi, Stable. Banger song, dude. Old Katy Perry was prime. It was fire. Rex, I did say something. I was just running a little late. I'm sorry. Hi, Dominic. She's so good. How did you meet Smelly? Wait, Smelly, can you tell us about your cute meet? Did she order a tuna melt at Subway? And then you were like, no way, I like tuna melts. And she was like, no way, I also like tuna melts. And then you were like, do you want some tomato with that tuna melt? And then she was like, no, I don't want tomato with that tuna melt. And then you were like, okay, well, how about a boyfriend with that tuna melt? And then she was like, actually, that sounds quite nice. And then you guys started dating. Is that how it happened? Am I right? You're streaming at the perfect time today. I love it. I'm glad. So I actually got... Dude, Puppy Boy, thank you so much for the 5 soups. Let's freaking go. Oh my gosh, I dropped my crackers. That's a slur, technically, I think. Calling a white person a cracker with a hard R. Is that considered a slur? Do white people even get to have, why do I say, man, I want my own slur, like that's, guys, I'm gonna stop talking now. I'm gonna stop talking. Anyways, so stop, yeah, I'm digging myself a deeper and deeper hole every time I stream. Yeah, so basically, thank you so much for following. Basically, I have a friend coming in from out of town, and they're gonna stay with us for a little bit. And so basically, I literally have to, kind of end stream very soon. I only have like 2 hours to stream right now, so we're gonna yap for a little bit, and then we're gonna play like an hour of Subnautica and call it a day. It is helpful though, because it definitely motivated me to stream earlier. She's my favorite. Wow, Hannah, don't jinx it for Smelly. Yeah, I know. I got all the evil plans for Valentine's Day. Ooh, what are you guys' Valentine's plans? What are the Valentine's plans? I need to know. What does everyone like to do for Valentine's Day? What's your dream date, chat? Best believe I'm hopping on the hype train. Do you get updates on if the panda dies? I mean, yeah, if it did die, I would get an update. But my panda is still kicking. He's young. He's got a whole life ahead of him. Hi, Night Fighter. 6 containers? How much did 6 containers of realistic fake blood cost you? Why buy fake blood when you can just use real blood for free? You have plenty of blood, like, stored up inside of you. Just use that. Hannah, what are we doing today? Today, we're going to play some more Subnautica, because yesterday, I kind of had a crash out. I died to what you guys refer to as the mungler. I've never heard that name before in my life. But, oh no, I didn't die to the freaking mungler. The mungler freaked me out, and then I got underneath the big, ship, and then I tried to go up for air because I was running out of oxygen, and then I died because I couldn't get air because I was under a ship. Which is, like, way more upsetting than being eaten by a mungler, I'm not gonna lie. We can finally eat and get sunlight. Best birthday ever! Not my real birthday. Fate don't know you like I do. Why does that sound familiar, Night Fighter? I don't know that song. Not off the top of my head. Okay, here's the cute meat. Here's Smelly's cute meat. They work together, and we're talking for a while, and then she has a dog, so he was like, wow, we should so take him on a walk together, and so they did. And then afterwards, he was like, wow, we should so do that again, but like, without the dog. If you get if you're picking up what I'm putting down. And then the rest was history. Wow, Smelly, I didn't know you were a Rizzler like that. I didn't know you were a Rizzler like that. Yeah, the Smelly fanfic is crazy. Someone needs to animate this. Where I'm from, us white people are called the slur colonizer. Honestly, I wouldn't consider that a slur. Like, depending on what country you're in. Okay, realistically, though, if you think about it, technically, no matter what race you are, in majority of countries, there were people that lived there before the people who live there now live there, and so every race has been a colonizer. So, it kind of just depends on what part of the world you're from, and, like, your history, or how well your government hid its history. If you really think about it. When you're going to the land of maple syrup. Speaking of maple syrup, I have a maple syrup latte that I made today, and it's actually freaking delicious. It's only 2 shots of espresso today. I'm not as energetic as I was yesterday. Which is probably a good thing, because I was having a hard time breathing yesterday. I also had insane nightmares last night. And, I woke up this morning crying and hyperventilating. So, it's been a rough start to my day. But I spent the rest of my morning with Jesus, and I'm feeling a lot better now. And, I have a scheduled appointment to go talk to my therapist about those nightmares that I had, because they were really scarring. They were really, really messed up dreams. I'm the only one in my Bible study / friend group, so I'm most likely going to be hitting the gym. Ooh, W Valentine's Gym Day. You know what? If you don't have another person to work hard for yourself. Work hard for your future wifey or husbando. It's a future gift. You're working on your future Valentine's Day gift by going to the gym. Hi, Kev! I was with a red panda yesterday, sent you 2 cute videos of it on Discord. I hope that's okay. That's still okay. What were you doing with a red panda? She's also a pilot, and she loves planes, so I'm taking her as a surprise to an aircraft museum. Wait, that's really cute. And we're going on the train, and then dinner on the way back, and then why not train dinner? Why not going on, like, one of those nice, cute trains, and then having dinner on the train with a pretty view? That's probably really expensive, though. Actually, I take it back. Sorry, my bad. And then we got Lego and snacks for the trip, and I'm so excited. Wait, that's really cute. You're gonna build Legos the whole day, too? That's really cute. I think I was already asleep when you crashed out. I'm surprised that I didn't wake you up. If you were a G and you kept my stream... Oh my gosh, I almost choked. And you kept my stream on in the background while I was crashing out, while you were sleeping, I probably would have woken you up, honestly. Young Lane, thanks for the follow. Thank you so much for following. Do you ever play Fortnite? Yes, I do, from time to time. More of an Overwatch girly, if you can't tell. I think I have a Winton around here somewhere. Yeah, I have Winton up there. You can't see him. He's, like, right out of frame. Guys, is it like a season where everyone's getting sick, or like is it allergy season? Because I feel like my nose has been extremely stuffy recently, especially when I talk a lot. Like I feel like I have to breathe more. Like, I have to literally stop talking and then just breathe. Otherwise, I feel like claustrophobic and like I'm gonna freak out. Because my nose is stuffy. Dream date would be listening to music and doing a giant puzzle. I've never met someone who genuinely enjoys doing puzzles. Like, I don't mind doing puzzles, but to choose doing a puzzle over, like, literally anything else, I'd probably choose something else. Okay, it depends on the puzzle. If whenever you say puzzle, you mean like an escape room, because that's technically a puzzle.
The streamer is behind on chat right
that would
now.
Be really
they
cool.
will get to your comment shortly. Please hold.
I am a bit behind on chat, but it's because I'm trying to respond to all of you, okay? I'm trying to be a good streamer and actually talk to you guys, okay? Hi, Big Mike. Here's a rescue animal shelter in Spain. We went there and literally just saw a red panda. Aww, it's my favorite animal. And sent it on Discord. I really, really want to be around animals. I'm craving going to like an animal shelter or like I'm this close to accidentally adopting a cat or a dog. This close. Like, I want one, but I'm not ready yet. I need like another year. Give me another year. But I'm so close to like caving anyways. In another life. Cheez-Its and coffee. Hannah doing white girl diet speedrun. Dude, my stomach has never felt worse. It's great. Hi, Praveen. Depending on the definition, for example, the ecological definition, we are all guilty. This is facts. Seth the Motos, you have some insights. Then you settle down and like what you created. It was the same dream with no ice cream in it? What do you mean? My nightmares just end up being film ideas for me. No, like, you guys don't understand. Like, my nightmare last night was actually, like, concerning. Like, okay. I'm gonna tell you guys. Okay, wait. We're gonna turn down the music for a second, because it's actually kind of serious. I'm gonna, hi Osmosis, hello guys. I'm gonna get myself caught up to chat, but I'm just gonna tell you guys very quickly the really scarring dream I had last night. So if I seem a little off today, you understand why. It wasn't a nightmare in the sense of like, oh, it was like a horror movie or something. I literally scheduled an appointment with my therapist because of the dream I had last night, because it scared me so much. I actually woke up having panic attacks last night. Not to ruin the mood, but basically I don't know if anyone's ever had this kind of dream, because like it's not like something like anything scarring happened to me recently. Like, I don't have a recent trauma that happened or anything. So I don't really know why I had this dream last night, but it came out of nowhere and it really, really freaked me out. But I had a dream where like I kept getting like taken advantage of, like RAPED'd, essayed over and over and over and over again by people I didn't know, and it was really, really scary. And I woke up and I was having a panic attack and crying. So I had a really rough night last night, and I don't really know why I had that dream. And it was like really, really scary. And I woke up and I had like I couldn't sleep the rest of the night. Like I woke up at like 6 a.m. this morning, and I was just, my heart was really pounding and racing, and I was like crying and like having a panic attack and struggling to breathe, and like, yeah, I've never had something like that happen where I've had a dream so insane like that or realistic like that. But yeah, so it was a really weird night last night, and I'm a little anxious today. But I've spent a lot of time with Jesus. I scheduled an appointment with my therapist because I don't know what to make of it. I don't know why that was my dream, and I don't like. Has anyone else experienced this before? Because it's not like I've had like a trauma happen recently or anything like that. Like I don't. Guys, I don't want to cry. I'm not, I don't want to make a big deal out of it. Ah. Anyways, I would be scared to sleep after that. Yeah, it was really hard because I was really exhausted today, and it was really hard to sleep, and it's just been hard to breathe most of the day. But it's fine. We're fine. We're gonna play some Subnautica, and it's gonna be a good day, and we'll figure out. How many more espresso shots did you drink? Yesterday, none. Today I am finishing off a coffee. It's like 3 in the afternoon. I'm finishing off a coffee that I made not long ago, as you can see, and there's 2 shots of espresso in it, which is your average 16-ounce latte. So I just made a latte. Nothing crazy, just something to give me a little bit of energy to stream today. You know what's weird? I had a bad nightmare last night too, and I haven't had a nightmare in 10 plus years, no joke. Fun fact, I used to have sleep paralysis really, really bad before I came to Christ. I had a solid like 3 or 4 years straight where almost every single night I would have sleep paralysis. Like where you have like that, like a sleep paralysis demon or something, and like you literally wake up, but you're like waking up in your dream, and then you can't move your body, and there's like something in your room with you, and like super scary stuff, super creepy. I used to have that when I was younger. But praise God, like that is something that I've healed from. Like I've not had sleep paralysis since I was like 19, 20. Yeah, I wasn't gonna get into the whole like spiritual aspect of things because I know not everyone in chat is Christian or spiritual. But pancakes, I will say I do think it was a little bit demonic. But whatever. Praise God I was delivered from that. But I don't know what the heck last night was about. It was kind of terrifying. Because I've never had something that intense in years. So I blame the mungler. It was all the mungler's fault. Hi, Robinizer. Is it possible to kill the mungler? Is it possible to kill the mungler in Subnautica? Should that be our ultimate goal? You're ready to move up to cocaine? That's insane. I'm so sorry for what happened to you, and the reason of it, from my perspective, is anxiety. Probably something to do with anxiety and the fact I had so much caffeine yesterday, because, fun fact, if you are an anxious person and you struggle with anxiety, like if you're having a day specifically where you're struggling with anxiety and you have a lot of caffeine, like it's okay to have a little bit, like a cup of coffee, but if you're having a large amount of caffeine, it does, no matter if you have ADHD or not, it does make you more anxious. You know how some people will be like, yeah, I could drink a coffee and go to sleep. It doesn't, if you're struggling with anxiety that day and you have a large amount of caffeine, even if you're the type of person that coffee doesn't really affect you like that, or caffeine doesn't really affect you like that, it will make you more anxious. Like, it doesn't matter how different you're affected by caffeine. It makes everyone more anxious when you have large amounts of it. So I assume that it probably had something to do with just having being a little more anxious this past week. And on top of that, having a lot of caffeine yesterday. So today that's why my first coffee today is in the afternoon, and it's going to be my only caffeine I have today. Like, I'm not planning on having any more caffeine, and I'm taking it slow. I'm taking it very slow, and I'm drinking water and eating. I'm going to try to take it slow today. Gonna lurk. It's time for my own therapy. Try to have a better day, everyone. I hope you have so much fun at therapy, Seth Motos. I love therapy. I'm a huge believer that everyone could use therapy. Doesn't matter how perfect your childhood and life is. Therapy is helpful for everyone. Thanks for the hydrate. Therapy streams are not too shabby. Yeah, welcome to therapy, guys. Is it my therapy or is it yours? I really don't know. I'll leave you up to that decision. Just bottle it up and move on. I'm kind of used to it. No. Here's what we're not gonna do, actually, Soggy Sandwich. Every time I watch stream, you're always talking about a deep topic or crazy experience. First, it was skinning deer and guns. Okay, that's not a deep topic to me. That's just my childhood. Is that crazy? I feel like every kid who grew up in the country grew up, like, going hunting and, like, fishing and, like, shooting guns and, like, learning how to, like, fillet a fish and, like, skin a deer and stuff, right? Like, if you grew up, like, south, like, in the southern areas, like, I grew up in Louisiana, I feel like that's not that crazy. I just happened to be a little tomboy when I was a kid. Yeah, see, that makes sense. You're a city boy. If you grew up in the city or, like, North America or Europe, you probably never had that experience in your life. But it's pretty common in the South, here in America. That's mostly true, Night Fighter. I will say that therapists are trained specifically. Like, therapy is not something you just do yourself. The reason why having a therapist is so important is because they are quite literally trained to not only help walk you through it, but also spot things that you will not see and give you actual scientific steps to move forward, to work through it, and to help deal with it while you're going through it, and also help explain to you how your brain is working, why it's working that way. And they'll also be able to see and know, like, okay, well, this person struggles with OCD, and they actually need to know why their brain is working this way and how, because that will help them feel less crazy. Whereas for someone else, it's maybe like, well, if I tell them how their brain is working and why, thank you so much for a follow, Caped, it might make them feel more crazy because they'll start hyper focusing on it and thinking that they can't get out of it, which isn't true. So a therapist, a well-trained therapist, actually, it's not just you doing the therapy and they're just walking with you through it. No, they're literally trained to do different kinds of therapy, to be able to tell which kind you specifically need, something you would not be able to figure out for yourself because you don't even know the wording to put to your feelings and emotions. And they're also there to help put words to what you're going through. And they give you actionable steps. That's the biggest part is that I love about therapy. I don't think you have a good therapist if they're not giving you actionable steps of things to physically do. A, whenever you're going through something, and B, to prevent things from happening. And C, like, for instance, exposure therapy, going through exposure therapy by yourself versus having a therapist walk you through it is very different. It's very dangerous to do it by yourself because you might think you know, like, where your limits and stuff are, but you really don't. You're not don't have the trained eye to notice those things, and you also you're not trained to know exactly how it's supposed to work. You're just trying to figure it out yourself. Where a therapist will know exactly, like, through spending a long time with you. Therapy's supposed to be something that you build over time. Like, you have it for years. Like, it's not just, oh, let me go 1 time or 2 times and call it a month, you know? No, like, you consistently build up this repertoire with your therapist so that they can understand you on a deeper level, so that they, with their trained eyes, know what you specifically need, what words to put to that, what actionable steps to do it, and what pacing you should be doing it at. It's not something that you can do by yourself, really. It's really not. And I think it's prideful. I think it's extremely prideful for people to say, well, I don't need therapy. No, that's actually not true. I understand if you're in a position in life where it is really difficult to find a good therapist or start going to therapy. However, even the healthiest person I know who had a really good childhood and has a healthy family, they still go to therapy, and it still completely improved their quality of life and changed a lot for them. And they were already healthy to begin with, and it made them that much healthier. So it's extremely prideful to say, no, I don't need therapy. No, I'll skip. I'll pass. I'm good. I can figure it out myself. It's extremely prideful. How full of yourself do you have to be? I understand if you have reasons for why you're putting it off, or why it's a struggle to happen, or it's scary to start because you don't know if you'll find the right person. But to straight up say you don't need it, you're lying to yourself. Anyways, Cyber Queen, thank you so much for the follow. Nom, 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 nom. Nom, nom. The beautiful thing, great job about not being able to afford therapy nowadays, luckily, most insurances and most governments are understanding the need for therapy, unless, unfortunately, you live in a third world country. And you might not be able to find your perfect favorite therapist that is covered by insurance or covered by the government, but it actually is way more accessible than it ever has been, even with things like BetterHelp, like the app. I know some people have not had the greatest experiences, but unfortunately, the thing with therapy is you have to commit to, okay, I'll go to 5 different therapists. I will have an appointment with 5 different ones. And when I find one that I like, then I will continue with them. But it takes time in the beginning to find the therapist that really works with you, unfortunately. But it is, fortunately, we are in a time in life where it is the most accessible it has ever been. So it's the only reason that, like, the whole affording thing becomes an issue, which is completely understandable. This isn't to shame anyone, because I've struggled with this too. Let's say you're really depressed or you're really anxious, and so you need therapy for that depression or anxiety, right? Well, whenever you're really depressed or anxious, sometimes having to take a bunch of steps just to start doing something is really difficult because you're struggling to even get out of bed. What do you mean I'm gonna sit there and check if this therapist is covered or if I can afford this or or apply for the government thing so that I can have therapy for free? It's a lot. It's very overwhelming, especially if you're already going through a lot of mental stuff. So it's totally understandable that in that way that it can be a struggle. But in terms of affordability, truly, I wouldn't say that the main issue is that some people can't afford it. I think the main issue is that those who can't afford to just find their perfect therapist online and then start going to them, or just go to whoever the first person is because they might not be covered by insurance or they're only partially covered or you still have to pay, a certain amount, versus okay, you're going through something. Your life is already crazy enough that you don't have extra income, and now you have to spend extra time in your day to go out of your way to apply to government programs or find the right therapist for you that you can afford, or make sure that your insurance covers it. That is what I think the real struggle is really just getting over that hurdle and not getting too overwhelmed by it, and like kind of like not procrastinating and prioritizing it. It's really hard whenever you have a lot going on in your life and you're already struggling to even get out of bed and stuff, to even to prioritize anything else, because you can't even get out of bed. You can't even brush your teeth. How are you supposed to sit there and do something you've never done before, which is like figure out insurances and government and stuff? And it's like, dude, I don't even have the brain power to like love myself. Like, what? So I think that in that way, I think honestly what more people could benefit from, I tell my friends all the time that like I've even talked to my friends and reached out to my friends, hey, I really think therapy would be really good for you. Because I recommend it for everyone. But if you like, what I think you can do for other people, and that like if you find good family or good friends, or you could even ask your friends or family, sometimes it's easier, especially when you struggle with like loving yourself and stuff. It's easier to do stuff for other people than it is for yourself. So what I recommend when you're struggling with that hurdle is get on a call or sit in a room with a friend or a parent or a family member or a sibling or literally anyone, and do it together. And like, you could do it for each other. Sometimes, like I said, like sometimes it's easier to do it for someone else than yourself. So if you guys are doing it for each other, like I offer for my friends all the time, hey, all you have to do is give me the word and I will hop in Discord. You can share your screen and I will sit there and try and find some therapists that I think will like work good for you, or help you get scheduled for this doctor's appointment or something like that, and then check and make sure your insurance goes with it. Thank you so much for a follow, Pope, because I've done that, because I've already done that but once before, so it is probably easier for me to do that for my friend than it is for them to do it for themselves. And I know the struggle it is to get over that hurdle. I'm somebody that if somebody would do that for me, it would mean the world to me. So I'm going to be that friend for other people, because I know for a fact, like if my friend reaches out to me, that I'll literally do it for them with them, and that then they're more likely to get help. And whenever they get help, not only like in a way, it also benefits me, because now my friend is going to get help, and then they're going to be doing way better. And then maybe my friend in the future can help me when I'm struggling. Who knows, right? And so just really making myself available and letting my friends and family know, like, hey, like I really think you could benefit from this. If you are serious about this, I will literally do it for you. I know how hard it is to get over that hurdle. All you have to do is call me. Instead of all you have to do is go online and find this and get your insurance and do this and do that. Instead of all of this, which is a lot, especially when you have a lot going on in life, all you have to do is call me and tell me, hey, I want to do this. And I will do all the finding stuff. I will help. I will walk you through each step at a time without you having to think. I think a lot of people don't understand the power of somebody else walking you through each step. Even if the steps are easy and you could so easily figure out how to do it yourself, the amount of stress and overwhelmingness, especially when you're already struggling with like anxious thoughts or depressive thoughts, the amount of like just having someone walk through those things with you, just, oh my gosh, the benefit, like it's so good. And so I really, really recommend like being that friend for your friends and asking, like, I think a lot of family members, even, I think a lot of people don't think they would, but if you went to your parents or your sibling or your best friend and you went, I need help with this, I need you to do this for me, I know I'm asking a bit, and I want to give this back to you in return tenfold when I can, but right now I really need this help. Could you walk through this with me? Because I know I technically can do it, but I am struggling to even do the bare minimum. But I know that I need this. And I think people are so much more willing to help than you think. Anyways. Thank you for the quick question, Hannah. Trump or Kamala Harris? Neither. The heck? They both suck. They're both, like, awful people that suck. Almost everyone who's ever ran for president kind of sucks balls. They both suck. Then who? I understand the whole, there's a lesser of the two evils and there's a struggle, but I think we as a whole have to come together instead of fighting each other and understand that, like, our government is extremely corrupt. Not just our government, but pretty much every single country's government is very corrupt, and that they all suck. Oh my gosh! That is so nice. Poopy. Wait, I didn't drink my water. Oh my gosh, wait. I feel like I'm really stuffy right now. I'm like, it's hard to talk. It's hard to breathe. Sorry, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Pip saw you were getting sad and gave $20. Honestly, it actually paid for my lunch today because I didn't have the energy to cook food today, but I knew that I should probably eat something that was, like, healthy because it'll be better for me and my mental and my brain, because what you eat kind of, like, helps, you know, what you put in your body kind of matters or whatever. But it's like, whenever you don't cook for yourself, eating out and eating healthy is expensive. And so you kind of paid for my lunch, and I really, really appreciate that. Because I was like, dang, I was feeling kind of bad about myself for spending so much money on lunch for one meal because I didn't want to cook and I wanted healthy food. So I really, really appreciate it. But yeah, I'm a Russian and I feel this pain. It's worldwide. I think that, I mean, it's very obvious anywhere you look that I, like, granted, I'm a streamer. I'm a streamer. I'm a content creator. I'm an influencer. I'm not a political figure. Do I have people that I can influence as an influencer? Yes. Does that make me a political figure? No, but I can be used as a pawn in that way. I don't want to be. I don't have the depth and understanding. I will say what I think subjectively and somewhat objectively, but no matter what I say, don't just agree with me. Take everything anyone says with a grain of salt, because a lot of people don't know what they're talking about, and they act like they do, including me. There are times where I catch myself, I'll look back and I'll be like, man, I really thought I knew what I was talking about, and I had no idea what I was talking about. So truly, like, if you can't trust the news, what makes you think you can trust an influencer? I don't, or a content creator, or a streamer, or like a commentary for, like, yeah, sure, they have some cool takes that you might agree with, but, like, take it with a grain of salt. They're not, no one knows everything that's going on, and no one is smart enough, and no one should get your full 100% undivided attention. No one should get your 100% trust like that. In my country, if you have 10K followers on Insta, you're an influencer. What country are you from again, Rish? But also remember that if you as a person don't have a lot of mental energy, you have to remember that there's a possibility to make things worse if you're not really mentally, since people have a tendency to get bad. I'm trying to understand what you're saying, Nulamog. But also remember that if you as a person don't have a lot of mental energy, you have to remember that there's a possibility for make things worse if you're not really mentally. People have a tendency to get bad tendencies from others. Oh, okay. I think I know what you're trying to say. If you're struggling as a person, like if you're struggling, be careful. Like, understand that when you hang out with people, or if you are asking one person for help all the time and not doing anything yourself, that it can actually hurt the other person instead of just help you. And it actually will hurt you in return as well. So, yes, you should definitely reach out and ask for help. Yes, 100%. Just don't take it for granted. Don't, like, be great. Like, when people do give you that hand for help, like, do something about it. Take the hand. Actually work with them on it. Don't just say, I need help, and then somebody offers you help, and then you're like, actually, no. And then go and ask the same person for help again in a day or two. You know? Like, yes, I understand what you're saying, Dula. What did I tune into? Are we crapping on the government? It's not new news. Every single government in every single country is trash, garbage, and corrupt. It's not even like ooh, taboo, crazy. It just is. And it sucks, but like there's still stuff you can do about it. Just as an individual, there's not a lot you can do about it. I know this is a disturbing topic. See, I'm not a political streamer, but I will say, crazy how when these files came out, everyone was on them. Crazy. What lip tint do I use? I use the Statue Beauty one. Here, I'll show you. Statue. It's the mauve one. I like lip tints that are like, they're not too pink, but they're not too brown. Like, they're a perfect, like, true neutral color. This is the one that I use. Oh, nope. It's the color mauve of Statue Beauty. And you can get it on Amazon. You can get it on Ulta Beauty, Sephora. But I really like it. It looked kind of crazy when you first put it on, but then like you peel it off and it actually looks really good. Especially if you put like a lip gloss or something over it. And it lasts actually all day. If I'm being so for real, like, this is not me being an influencer. I don't mean this as influencer things, even though it sounds like influencer things. I was a little insecure for a bit, and I was thinking about getting lip filler. Cause I have really good lips right now, right? Like, this is really pretty. But whenever I don't have color on my lips, when I first wake up in the day, my lips look really thin to me. I don't know. And I always hated that. And I was really struggling with being insecure. And so I was like literally looking into like, what if I just got a little bit? Like, I never want like those puffy lips. I've never been a fan of that. But like, if I just got a little bit, you know, because I wanted it to look like this. I wanted it to look like how it looks now. But then I started using the lip stains, and I just overdraw the tiniest bit. And because in the mornings, the color of my natural lip doesn't go this high, even though that's where, like, you can see my Cupid's bow. That's where my Cupid's bow is. But the color doesn't seem to, like, like, it looks duller and, like, my lips just look thinner. So if I just use the lip stain and I just draw, like, I don't even use it on my full lip. I just use it on the bottom lip right here, just a titch. And then I use it on my top lip. And then I peel it off. And then this is what my lips look like. Like, these are my natural lips. I don't need lip filler. But I thought I did. Thank you so much for a follow, Julian. I just needed... And I hate it. The main reason I wanted that is because I could put lipstick on and my lips will look like this. But lipstick comes off so fast. Like, if I eat even just, like, these Cheez-Its or drink from my coffee... my lipstick's gone and I look like I have thin lips again. But that's why I really like these, like, lip tints. Because it's still my natural lip, but the color is, like, stays. So I don't look like I have, like, I actually look like I have the full lips that I actually have. I don't know if that makes sense. So if you're a girly pop, or if you have a girlfriend or someone you're talking to that's, like, interested in lip filler, have them use a lip stain and, like, overdraw their lip a tiny bit first, because they might just really like how that looks and not have the need for getting lip filler anymore. I like Benetint, Cat V. My one qualm with Benetint is it is kind of patchy. I don't have it on today, but usually I use Benetint for my blush and my lips, especially if it's, like, summer. But it is a bit patchy. And on the lips, Benetint doesn't last that long in my experience. For a blush, it lasts a good amount of time. But on the lips, it doesn't. And I've also found that I have to mix 2 shades of Benetint to get a shade that I actually really like for blush. So just a little tip. Don't waste your money on Benetint if that doesn't sound good to you. What do you recommend for the shades for Benetint? I think, okay, let me check what shades there are. Okay, I like the Floratint. I like to mix, like, personally, for my skin tone and stuff. Even, I self-tan. I like having these 2 colors because I can mix them. I put more of the reddish color if I'm tan, and I put more of the purplish color if I'm super pale. And so the 2 that I use, and I always mix them, I just put a little more of one or the other, depending on if I'm tanner or paler, is the Floratint. Here, one sec. One second. I recommend the Floratint. I like this one, and I like mixing it with this one, which is the dark cherry. I'm pretty sure it's a dark cherry. No, not dark cherry. Sorry, the raspberry. I like mixing the raspberry with the Floratint. The Desert Rose Floratint. This is what the see, it's very, like, red orangish. So I put more of this if I'm tan, and then it looks really good. And then I mix it with this one, which is more of, like, a purpley color. And see, whenever I'm pale, it looks so pretty when I'm pale. But sometimes when I'm in between, it doesn't look quite right. So I always mix the 2. And I kind of just come up with my own mixture. I don't know if that makes sense. Hopefully there's hopefully there's more than one person in chat that actually enjoyed that information. Don't just agree with me, I blindly agree, lol. Times haven't changed, just the situations. Save my boy Freddy Fazbear. Har, 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 har. Freddy Fazbear for president, guys. Yes, I've been trying to find one like yours. Thank you so much. You're so welcome. Ask me all the girly pop questions you have on your mind. Everyone was on the files and nobody gets in trouble. Crime is legal if you have enough money. It's not just if you have enough money. It's, do you have enough money and or do you have enough influence? It's either one or the other, or it's a combination of both. It's, yeah. It's hard not to let yourself become depressed thinking about all of it. It is difficult to, when there's so many awful things happening on a day-to-day basis in this world we live in, unfortunately, you have to remind yourself of the good things happening. Like what's that one guy? What's that one guy who's a superhero? Like, superheroes are starting to become a thing. It's like Zipline or something like that, and he's just going and like handing out food to homeless people, and he like stops people from carjacking and stuff like that, right? Like, it's very important, and I'm saying this to you guys because I know some of you guys need to hear this. It is very important that you fill your brain with the good things going on in the world too. You can't change the world with negative. It is not the only, like, you have to be able to see both sides. The world isn't just evil. There's good too. And if we don't have hope, then we're as good as dead. So never forget that there is hope in this world, and that there is beauty, and that there is amazing things and awesome things happening every day. There is life being created, and there is lives being saved every day. It's not just these awful, terrible things. Yes, it is important we talk about the awful, terrible things, but it is simultaneously just as important that we talk about the good and the beautiful and the funny and the silly and the goofy. Good night, Major! Yeah, I still need to play some Subnautica. I haven't even started playing. Thank you so much for a follow, Walker Dog. I get it. I almost got a BBL. Dude, I'm just saying, like, low-key, if I could get a BBL for free, like, if somebody was like, hey, Hannah, I'll pay for your BBL. Like, I'm just saying, like, would I hate it? I'd probably take it if it was free. What is a BBL? You people crazy. A BBL is a Brazilian butt lift. Basically, like, think of like the gym girlies with the huge butts, but their legs look really small compared to their butts. Like, they don't look as muscular as their butt is big. Does that make sense? Like, there's a lot of gym girlies who like literally just pay for their butt to be big, and it's not all muscle. That's a BBL. Like, a BBL is like, basically, let me make my butt look bigger. It's kind of like getting your boobs done to look bigger, but for your butt. That's a BBL. Perfect time to sub. I'm telling you, you don't do it. So don't get me wrong. I'm super against doing these things if you're going cheap on it and you're doing it out of insecurity and laziness. However, if somebody was like, hey, you can go to this person that is a top surgeon, they'll make it look super realistic. There's like practically zero chance of like any difficulties coming out of this, and I will pay for it completely. Why not? Why? Like, I feel like if the only reason why not is if A, I think it would look way too unnatural and stupid, or B, if there's like health issues or medical problems that would come from it, which does happen. But if I know that I'm going to like a really good person for it and it's free and I'm not going to go into debt to get something stupid done to my body, and it's just like, oh dang, like my butt just looks a little better than it did before and it was free and there's no consequence, hell yeah. Like, I don't even need you guys to see it. Like, I wouldn't want a big butt because I'm gonna post it on the internet. I just think it's fun to have a big butt. Like, I think it's, and you guys might fight me on this. You might, like, maybe this is TMI, but if you guys have been here for a while, you know that I do not have TMI. It doesn't exist for me. It's the same with, like, boobs. Like, if I could get, like, if I could get a boob job for free, and, like, I wouldn't go big, but if I could just add, like, a little more, even if I still, like, I always wear hoodies and stuff. I'm not even showing it off to anyone. I just think it would be fun to have just a little bit more. Not enough that it would cause, like, any medical issues or, like, really super change the look of my body, but just have, like, a little more for fun. I don't know, like, my swimsuits fit a little better. I don't know, like, I would feel kind of like, this is fun. Now, would I ever spend the money? Would I ever spend tens of thousands of dollars just to do that? No, probably not. That's ridiculous. Like, I'm not insecure enough that I need to spend that amount of money to like my body. But if somebody was gonna pay for it, I knew there was no, like, medical downsides, and it was gonna look extremely natural, and I wasn't adding, like, an insane amount of mass or anything. Dude, like, that's kind of fun. Like, it'd be kind of fun. Like, I've always been like an A cup. Like, it'd be kind of nice to be like a B cup. I'm just saying, like, is this like, I'm not even gonna show it off to anyone. I'm Christian and I'm a pretty modest person. Like, personally. Like, this is my personal views and stuff. Like, I tend to be on the modest side. If you look at my Instagram and stuff, even whenever I wear more form-fitting clothing, I'm still not really showing anything ever. I've never posted myself really in a swimsuit on Instagram and stuff. I think maybe once or twice, but it's like, it's really like here up. I'm not like showing a bunch of cleavage or anything like that. Anyways, all that being said, I still just think it would be fun. I just think it would be really fun to, like, I would feel kind of like, yeah, like, just for me, you know? Like, I'm not even showing it off to anyone. I just think it would be kind of fun to, like, you know, like, before you get in the shower, do you guys ever, like, look at yourself in the mirror, like, naked before you get in the shower and, like, check yourself out and be like, yeah, especially, like, when you have morning skinny, like, especially if you take, like, a morning shower, and you're like skinnier than usual, and like you're maybe like if you have muscles, they're like a little more defined than usual. Do you ever just like look in the mirror and you're like, okay, yeah, I see you. Like, okay, yeah, no one else is gonna see this, but I kind of enjoy it. Yes, no, literally, I only feel pretty before unless it's nighttime and I just ate like a huge dinner. If I just ate a huge dinner and I'm super bloated, I will do everything in my power to not look at myself in the mirror before getting in the shower, because I feel so gross, because I just ate like 12 meatloaves and like a bunch of carbs, and my stomach is like, I look like I'm 2 months pregnant. But like, I don't know, it's just fun. Like, I feel like there's too much demonization of body parts. For lack of a better word. They're body parts. That's really all they are. Like, even with sex. Okay, wait. Guys, we're gonna go there. If you are under the age of like 14, we're not, like, you should probably leave. 15, like, we're not going, like, graphic. Like, we're not talking about anything crazy. It's just, like, if your parents haven't talked about the birds and the bees, maybe, like, let's not. be here for this. Anyways, I'm not going like anywhere crazy, but I'm probably not helping my case by saying, like, getting you guys prepared. It probably sounds like I'm about to say something crazy. I'm really not. Christianity. I know that not all of you are Christian or spiritual, but I also know that a lot of you are. Why is sex so demonized? It is not that, like, God created sex too, dude. Like, my friend is having a bridal shower. We're doing a bachelorette, and she's gonna get married. And whenever they're married, she's like, you know, they're waiting till marriage, and whenever they're married, they get to enjoy that level of intimacy that they didn't get to enjoy before, right? Guess what? Guess what? Guess what I'm gifting my friend for her wedding, my Christian friend, that we both serve the church and serve Jesus and worship together and do Bible studies together. Guess what I'm getting her at her giving her to her for her bachelorette for after she gets married? I'm giving her lingerie. I'm giving her a cute set of lingerie so she can enjoy her married life. And that doesn't make me any less Christian, and that doesn't make her any less Christian. Just because you love Jesus doesn't mean sex is evil. It's a beautiful thing in marriage as a Christian. But people make it so taboo. And because we make it so taboo, it gives it more power. Lust has more power because we make it so scary. It's not that scary. It's not that taboo. We can talk about it. It's not that gross and scary. Come on, guys. Get it together. I'm sorry, Poopy boy. And more than that, guess what? This whole bachelorette party is a bunch of women of God who love Jesus. And we're going to be in a tropical beachy place. And we love sunshine. So we might wear bikinis sometimes. Whoa, crazy. Are we wearing itty bitty tiny bikinis that are super sexy and sexual? No, we're not. But can you wear a bikini and still be a child of God? Yes, you can. Are we posting in the bikinis? No. If we're taking photos, we're going to put a t-shirt on. Or we're going to put like a tank top and some shorts on. We're not going to have our body out there on the internet for people to look at. But, like, for our personal modesty. But is it evil to wear a freaking swimsuit when you're at the beach? To wear a bikini because you want to get tan and you want to feel the sun on your skin? I don't think that's awful. No. Now, if you're wearing a bikini and like to like a family dinner, obviously that would be messed up because that's not the place or time to wear it. And so, like, you know, there would be an inherently sexual like context to that if you were to like show up to dinner in lingerie, right? But, you know, as a Christian, in the right places, these things are holy. These things are awesome. In the right places. There's a right time and place for everything. Why are we making it so evil? It's not that big of a deal. And I'm so happy that I have made friends in my life. I am so joyful that I have made female friends in my life that I don't feel something that I struggled with when I first came to Christ was like that purity religiousness culture, that Pharisee culture of feeling like I had to play a part, like I had to be perfect Christian and do A, B, and C in order to be like accepted into this group of other Christians, in order to be like friends with other Christians, which isn't true at all. I now have gotten to a place where I have met some of the most in love with Jesus people in my life, the most life laid down for God people in my life, and I feel like it's a breath of fresh air because I don't feel like I have to pretend to be anything I'm not. That's how you know. That's how you know they really know Jesus. I don't know. It's just, the purity culture had good intentions, terrible results, awful results. There's a lot of things in life that have good intentions and awful results. Does it make it okay though? No. My dad had good intentions when he beat me as a child. He genuinely thought that he was disciplining me and that this was a good thing to do for a kid. Granted, he did, like, you know, beat me till I passed out and stuff, like, pretty awful. But he actually genuinely, it sounds insane because he kind of was insane, but he genuinely had good intentions doing that. Does that make it okay? Does that mean that that the government shouldn't have gotten involved and taken his rights to, like, have, like, be my parental figure away? No, like, yes, there was consequences to that. It doesn't make it okay. Just because you have good intentions does not make it okay. Just because you have a good excuse does not make it okay. Just because you're struggling doesn't make your nasty actions okay. It makes it more understandable and it can help people to have closure, but it doesn't make it okay, and there's still consequences. Anyways. I have crazy allergies recently. I don't know what's in the air. When I have a girlfriend in the future and she becomes my wife, I won't tell anyone about the first time or any time there. It's just a topic I want to share with my best friends or even my family. I think that definitely there is a time and place to talk about certain things. There's a reason that a lot of marriages, like, I'm not gonna go up on a stage, like, if I was, like, a pastor and I was married, I'm not going to go up on a stage and like, openly talk about my sex life. That is an intimate, private life, right? I think that would be super inappropriate. So I understand let's keep that behind closed doors a little bit. But does that mean that you can't have those conversations? Like, let's say going into small groups, or a woman's small group, or a men's small group, right? Though, like, there's places and times to talk about it. I don't think that, I think that, yes, there's places and times to talk about it, but it shouldn't be something that you're scared to talk about either, you know? Does that make sense? I feel like people make it so big and scary, and it's really not. Well, something else that I found out as I grew in my relationship with Christ was that marriage is something that a lot of people are scared to talk about negatively. One thing that I have learned growing in my community and, like, getting to know a lot of mentors and stuff and being able to have those deep conversations behind closed doors is that healthy marriages argue and they fight. It is normal to struggle in a marriage from time to time, because if you don't struggle and come out the other side, you know, like, there's a difference between, like, struggling and being toxic. If it's toxic, you probably shouldn't be there. But if you guys are just struggling, it doesn't mean you're not meant for each other. It doesn't mean that it's a terrible marriage. It means you are learning things that you have never had the chance to tackle before with another person who now you are holding just as important, if not more important than yourself, which is the first time in your life somebody else becomes so much more important. Of course there's gonna be difficulties in that. Of course it's gonna be scary. Of course there's gonna be a lot of hardships. You're gonna have to deal with, finances. Now, if I spend my money bad, that affects another person. Now, if I have a kid one day and if I'm not feeling it that day, I still have to wake up and go take care of that kid. Or if I'm not feeling going to work, me not making that money doesn't just affect me. It doesn't just mean, I have to eat cereal for 10 days in a row. It means somebody else that I love also is being affected. Just because I don't go out of my way to, like, take care of myself, so I don't have the energy to take care of another person. So yes, of course there's going to be difficulties. Of course it's going to be hard. It's new. It's different. It's more responsibility. Of course there's going to be conflict. Does that mean that it's evil and bad and that you should divorce and that your relationship is falling apart and it's toxic? No. No, it does not. Does that mean that God never intended for you guys to get married? No. This means that iron sharpens iron. You know what that means? You guys are sharpening each other, and guess what? Iron sharpening iron. When two swords clash, they clash. There's conflict. Do you know where growth comes from? Conflict. Do you know how you deepen relationships? Conflict. What? Crazy concept. Crazy concept. Oh my goodness, what? You're saying that my relationship will actually get better if we learn how to work through conflict together? So if we never have conflict, then our relationship will remain superficial? And we'll never fully 100% feel like ourselves in this relationship? Or be able to work through? Or we'll feel like a level of insecurity and have a lack of faith that we'll be able to go through something hard when something hard happens? Because we've never gone through something hard before? What? Bro, be so for real. Relationships aren't perfect. If they were, then they wouldn't be worth it. What makes it so worth it is that it's hard and difficult. What makes raising a kid is worth it is because it's hard and difficult and you come through it on the other side. What makes working out worth it is because it's hard and difficult and then you get to reap the benefits, right? Everything good comes with conflict first. Everything good takes effort and is hard. Right? So, just because you're going through a relationship issue doesn't mean it's the end of the world for your relationship. Now, if you guys can't resolve it, and sometimes it takes months. Sometimes you're struggling with the same thing for 6 months. When you're depressed or struggling with anxiety, how long do you struggle with that and go to therapy for that and work on yourself for that until that is healed and doing better? It takes a while, right? So if you're going through something with somebody and you're both trying to figure out how to live together for the first time and how to deal with these things and these new problems, it's going to take time to learn. You can't just be like, oh, well, we talked about it, so it should be all fixed and all better now. No, it's going to take months. Sometimes you're going to be pissed and get in the same fight over and over again for like 6 months, and then it'll fix. Now, there's a difference if it's been like 2 years, or they cross a line, like a big boundary of like, yeah, they straight up lied to me or they cheated on me or something like that. That's different. That's toxic. That's not okay. That's when you think about, oh, well, maybe this isn't gonna. But that's very different from having conflict. That's very different from struggle, right? Like, you struggled before you got married. What makes you think that you're not going to have struggles together now that you're taking on another person's struggles? Your partner, if you've ever had a sibling and you shared a room with them, or you've ever had a roommate or a housemate, like you moved in with somebody, have you ever, like how many times have you moved in with somebody or shared a room with somebody or lived with somebody for a long period of time and didn't get in a fight with them? And they didn't annoy the crap out of you sometimes? Almost everyone that I have met that has been in a healthy marriage tell me that their significant other annoys the crap out of them all the time, but they love them to death and they wouldn't want it any different. Because it's kind of like a sibling. Like, your sibling pisses you off, but you love them and you're going to always be there for them. And it's a little different in a relationship because you're not going to purposely be trying to piss the other person off. Just as much as you're like kind of annoyed with each other, you're also going out of your way to take care of the other person, right? So it's a little different, and it should be a little different, obviously. But it's not a bad relationship to struggle with things or to get in a fight, right? I feel like we live in an age where social media glamorizes relationships so much. Like, so much. Yeah, I do be yapping a lot. I'm sorry, Whiskey. Whenever I get excited, whenever I have like a lot to say about something, I will keep going for a while. I'm reading chat now though. The worst advice is not going to bed angry. No, go to bed angry, sleep on it, and discuss in the morning. Sometimes sleep is all you need. Yeah, it's true. Sometimes that does help. I think it depends though. Like something that I've learned was through therapy and relationships is sometimes people function differently, and so communication is a really big thing. But communication's hard, and it's going to take a long time to really get each other's groove. Like, you're going to think you know everything about each other by the time you get married. There's still going to be much more to unpack that's only going to come out in marriage. And so what I recommend is, like, try to communicate, like, hey, I need time. I'm upset right now, and I can't have this conversation right now. Well, I can, but it would, like, not end well. So give me some time, but don't end the conversation there. Give the other person a timeline. Be like, hey, like, I can't have it. I really shouldn't have this conversation right now. I need a little time to cool down. Give me tonight. I will make sure we come back to this conversation tonight. I will make sure we come back to this conversation tomorrow morning. I will make sure that once I get back from work, we will talk again about this. That way it doesn't feel like you're just sweeping it under the rug. Because I think a big issue, like, yes, I think not going to bed angry, honestly, is well-meaning advice, because it's good to go, okay, to know that, like, in your relationship, we're not going to sweep it under the rug, and until we, like, feel like we've worked through this or talked about this enough, we're going to keep bringing it up and talking about it, and it's not going to get pushed off to the side, because we matter to each other. We are a priority to each other. This is a priority. But sometimes it takes time. Sometimes our emotions can rule us, and we need to take a minute to calm down, or take a minute to think about it, so we don't end up saying things that we don't mean. But it's really important to share, especially early on in a relationship. Hey, I need time so I don't say anything I don't mean, because I'm really upset right now. But let me give you a hug or something, even though, like, I don't want to because I'm angry with you. I still am going to hug you because I know how much that means to you or something. And then I need to be separate from you and think about it and pray on it or meditate on it or whatever. And I will make sure we'll either come back to it later tonight or at the very latest by tomorrow evening. Like, that's how long I need. But I promise we will come back to this conversation. This isn't the end of the conversation. This isn't me just going, throwing my hands up and going and closing the door. And then we're never talking about it again. And we're going to sweep it under the rug. Because I don't know about you guys, but I had a family growing up where we would get pissed at each other. We would have, like, these insane fights. And then 20 minutes later, act like nothing happened. We would act like nothing happened. And we would just go on with our day. And it would never get resolved. And I grew up learning that. And so the first, like, couple relationships I had ever been in my life, that was a huge issue for me. Was anytime the other person needed time to think about something, it scared me, because I genuinely thought, because of how I was raised, we would never figure it out. And I thought that it was normal to just sweep it under the rug and continue on. No, like, that's not healthy. But it's also, like, really important to be like, hey, like, we're coming back to it by here, but we do need time to think on it. Nom, 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 nom. I love Cheez-Its. I had 5 freshman roommates for college. I had to be the dad. I hated it. Yeah, it can be rough, Harrison. It's a little different in a relationship, because you're gonna, like, if you're in a relationship, you guys are going to try to be better for the other person. there are going to be areas where you cannot do 100% yet. And you're also going to have understanding and find compromises. But see, like in your situation where you had 5 freshman roommates for college, like they didn't care about if you hated them, you know, because you're not in a relationship with them. My older brother lived with me for 3 weeks after his divorce. The small things he did / didn't do pissed me off, but I still love him to death. Yeah, I think that's... And the longer you're with someone and you work through these conflicts, the better you get at working through conflict. The healthiest relationships had some of the hardest conflicts and stuck together through it and made it out the other side. And didn't shove it under the rug. Also, Kinku... Is your name based off of, like, the Kinku, like, the D&D race, like, the Kinku race, like, the bird people? I'm just curious, because it reminded me of that. I need advice on how to get rid of puffy eyes. Don't worry, Julio. I actually have really good advice for that. Guys, I think today's just going to be an advice stream. I don't know if we're going to play some Nautica today. Puffy face or puffy eyes, like especially if you cried a lot and you want to make it look like you didn't cry, or you ate like a lot of sodium or spicy food the night before and you wake up and your face feels really puffy and like bloated and fat. Ice, cold. So for puffy eyes, there are multiple things you can do. You could keep 2 spoons in the fridge, or in the freezer, and then you can put the metal cold spoons on your eyes for a bit. You could use some eye masks that you keep in the fridge, like the gel, like under eye mask things. I keep some in the fridge all the time, and I put them on in the morning sometimes to kind of like wake myself up, and it helps with under eye bags as well. I use an ice roller on my face. That can help depuff your face. My favorite thing is using literal ice or a ice squasha. They look like this. They look like this. This is my favorite thing, personally. I really, really recommend open image in new tab. Like, see how it's like contoured like a gua sha, where like you can kind of shape your face. It doesn't have to be. It can just be round on the top, like some of these. Thank you so much for the sub, W sub. See how like this was just round on the top? I like these because instead of having to like hold an ice cube, thanks for the follow, Cybo, or having to dip your whole head, your whole face in ice water, I can just fill this with water daily, put it in the freezer. The next morning, I just open it up and I kind of like just use it to basically rub all over my face, and then it kind of like depuffs my entire face. So some of my best pictures, I wonder if I can find one. Give me one sec. Some of my best photos that I've ever taken of my face, where my face looked absolutely snatched, I literally took those selfies minutes after using an ice squasha on my face. And I will show you. Let me find one where you'll literally see what I mean. I have a bit of a rounder face, but I still have like really good bone structure. When I use a gua sha, it kind of like depuffs my face and kind of gives me like a little bit more definition even. Like, see how like I haven't even like it's more noticeable to yourself than it probably is to other people, honestly, realistically. But yeah, let's see. I'm trying to see if there's one where I specifically remember having gua sha'd my face before. Yeah, this one. Okay, there we go. I literally gua sha'd my face with ice. I didn't even have the ice guasha thing. I actually used ice cubes for a long time because I didn't have the ice thing. I didn't know that they existed. So I literally would take ice cubes and I would just kind of like rub them all over my face kind of hard. And then see how like freaking structured. Like, look at this cheekbone right here. Like, look at that. Like, it's so... But usually when I first wake up in the morning, that's more puffy and rounded. It doesn't look as like snatched, if that makes sense. This is literally right after using it. I look so snatched. Also, side note, I miss my freckles. I know like like my freckles are out so crazy right here because it was peak summer and I was outside in the sun every day. This is what my face looks like when I'm in the sun every day. This is my face when all my freckles are out. I hate winter and I get crazy winter depression because summer Hannah is peak Hannah and I've not had a proper summer experience in a while. Like, I miss, like, look at the freckles. Look at the freckles. They make such a difference. They make such a difference. That's when I was blonde. Sometimes I miss blonde Hannah, and then I tell myself, no, you really don't. See, like, this was like right after tanning outside, like tanning in the sun for a couple hours. This is like 3 hours of peak sun exposure on my face. That's how many freckles I get compared to this is how my face looks like now. You can still see freckles, right? You can still see freckles on my face, but it is not nearly as many. See? Like, you're not gonna see nearly as many as before. And, yeah, all that being said, I freaking miss summer, and I cannot wait till it's summer, because I feel so pretty when all my freckles are out. Yeah. Okay, I'm reading chat again. I'm so sorry if I missed your chat. Bringing out the portfolio. Yeah, I got the whole portfolio. I'm not just stating facts without backing it off with evidence, obviously. Got more snow on top of the foot of snow and ice my area already has. You know what's crazy is it's not been snowing in Utah much, which is strange because Utah usually is like all snow in the winter, like almost too much, but it's not warm enough or sunny enough to like tan or like get my sunshine in. And that is like, I like when it's so hot outside, and I might sound crazy to you guys, but I love just wearing a t-shirt and shorts and walking outside barefoot in the hot sun. Thank you so much for a follow, JP. And like literally like I'll lay down in the grass and just sunbathe. Like, I love the sun. What's the word for like being in love with the sun? Like what's the word for like, there's a word for it, like being like obsessed with the sun. I think it's heliophilia. I think I have heliophilia. I think that's what it is. Hopefully it's what I think. Sun maxer? Yeah, I'm a sun maxer. Hi, Max. Bye again, Uber. We be getting mad snow this second. Why is it not snowing in Utah right now? John Steves, what's Prison Break? Is that the game where it's the 2-player co-op game? Or is that like a movie media reference that I don't? It's a show? Yeah, it's a media reference that I'm lacking in. Should I watch it? It sounds so familiar. It sounds like something that people like a lot. I've been trying to find a new show to watch in my free time. Ideally, something that won't make me anxious or isn't too like hyper graphic. I love frolicking. I love a good frolic, Simon the Goose. Big frolicking sun maxer here. Yo, hi Corey. The word is heliophile, lover of sun apparently. So yes. I should put that in my bio. I'm a huge heliophile. Why does that sound not right? That doesn't sound right. Hannah hates winter maxing. She's only into sun maxing. Yes. If you guys want to fund my vacations to the beach this year, I will go to the beach. If you want to fund it, thank you for the hydrate, Mourinho. If you want to fund it, I don't remember, guys, whenever I said that if our subathon in March does really, really well and we hit our stretch goals, that I'll do a month-long subathon in the summer. Perhaps if depending on like if you guys decided to fund it even more, or if that does really well, you know, perhaps I'll like take my stream setup and like, well, it depends how expensive it is, but Utah has a lot of like naturey areas, so maybe there's like maybe I could set up like at like a lake house or something, and then we could do like outdoorsy activities, frolicking activities in a place where I wouldn't get doxxed. That way I could like take you guys outside with me, and then I could like pay for Wi-Fi for that place. There has to be a way to do that. I just need the money to do it now. And then we do like, and then it's like not just a normal subathon where like we're in this room or around my house the whole time. We're like actually like doing things. Downton Abbey. I've not been huge. Thank you so much for following, Nixel. I don't know how to tell like what my qualifications for a TV show that I really like is, because it's never the same. You could literally give me a TV show that is just like a TV show that I tell you I love watching, and for some reason I won't like it. But sometimes it'll be a TV show that I would never pick up myself, and then I start watching it, and then I'm in love with it. And I really don't know. Right now, I'm just like trying to bide my time. Like, I'm trying so hard not to watch season 2 of Free Run until all of it's out, so I can like binge watch all of it. But it is so difficult because I have nothing else that I really want to watch. So I just really want to watch Free Run. Oh yeah, Invincible is out in 2 months. I will be binging that. I will be watching Invincible. Heliolatry refers to worship of the sun. I would not say, like the Aztecs did. I think the Aztecs were onto something, but I would not say that I worship the sun, considering I am a Christian and I worship God, which God created the sun. So instead of worshiping the creation, I would rather worship the creator. Bars. Bars. That's actually a verse in Romans. For those of you who are part of the Patreon, we do Bible studies from time to time on Patreon, and we're actually going through Romans right now, which is pretty freaking fire. Also, if you want to join the Patreon, socials in chat, and go on the little Comey.io, and highly recommend you join the Patreon. It's a really cool community, really cool place, and I have a group chat that I kind of text you guys every now and then, and is a 24-hour sub goal still active? Yes, it is. The Valentine's Day sub. If you guys gift, I don't know, if somebody gifts like 20 more subs today, I'll do the 24-hour Valentine's Day stream. I think it's, good enough. I have to use the bathroom really bad, guys. I have to use the bathroom so bad. Wait, hold up. Guys, I actually might need to take a moment. I will be right back. Okay, now I'm going to the bathroom. Keep yourselves entertained for like 5 minutes. I'll be right back. I like that you guys have to keep telling me to go because I'll literally get to talking and forget to go. Meow! Oh my gosh! What the freaking heck, man? I drink enough water, by the way. Well, that's good. That's good that you drink enough. I surely don't drink enough water. Well, that's not true. Whenever I stream, I drink a lot of water because you guys freaking hydrate the crap out of me with your channel points. So I tend to actually drink. My piss is absolutely crystal clear on stream days. It's just the days that I don't stream that it becomes a struggle. Speaking of which, thank you so much, Caffeine, for the hydrate. You took so long. I had to poop. Yeah, you know how I said I'm, like, slowly working on my coffee for the day? Usually after my first coffee of the day, and I'm having my first coffee of the day late in the day, you know, you have to do the post caffeine poops. I don't. What even is this stream? Piss and BBLs? Yeah, this is kind of a crazy stream. I kind of miss our chatting streams. These are fun. We should chat more. We should talk more, guys. We don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore like we used to do. Guys, I also realized something. When I do the subathon, I'm gonna have like a day where I have to go to the doctors, to like the what do you call it? The stomach doctor, the gastrologist, because I have stomach issues, and that was the first I could ever schedule to go. Do I try to take you guys with me? Is that legally allowed? I don't know, like, because it's just a checkup. It's not like I'm gonna be like. No, okay, unanimous no. I guess it's a unanimous no thank you. It's just a checkup. Nothing's happening. It's not like they're gonna be like in my butthole or anything. Like Hannah, I would like to give, but I don't have a credit card. What about PayPal? Scott, thank you so much. Can you not use a debit card? Or I guess maybe you just don't have a card at all. Scott, thank you. Welcome in. All right, buddy. Listen. Yep, your thoughts there. Common sense. Hey, guys, we're going to find out if I have butt cancer today. Yay. Hey, guys, I have, what do you call it? What's the checkup that guys get? The colonoscopy. Hey guys, welcome to my colonoscopy stream. Today we're gonna get a colonoscopy together. We're gonna get a prostate checkup. Hey guys, welcome to the vlog today. Can't let the gang know I'm enjoying this. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, Simon the Goose, are you writing a story as well? We have so many authors / like creatives in this chat. Hey Doc, do you have a Groupon prostate exam deals? Hey chat, don't forget to use my code Hannah20 for 20% off your next prostate exam. The Good Mythical Morning guys did a video like that. Did they actually do that? Thank you so much for following me, Lotus. Man, sometimes I wish I wasn't a girl. Like, I feel like if I was a guy, I'd be a lot more comfortable actually making videos like that. Like, obviously I wouldn't show anything, but you know how, like, Good Mythical Morning made those videos? I heavily doubt they'd be able to get away with that if they were women. Because then it would just be sexualized. Why can't it be funny? I was wondering why I was hearing myself twice. It was because I had my stream pulled up on my phone. It was freaking me out. Yeah, but a good video. Use code HEALTHYBUTT20 for 20% off your prostate exam. Black Love, thank you so much for follow. Hey guys, today, welcome to the stream. Today we are sponsored by Hemorrhoid Butt Cream. Use Hemorrhoids Be Gone today. Use code HEALTHYBUTT20 to get 20% off your hemorrhoid cream today. Don't forget to use my link down in the description. Maybe when you retire, you can do ads for stool softeners like all those old Hollywood losers who do gambling ads. Guys, imagine, like, that's what my brand becomes. Like, imagine I like, get... Imagine I only take brand deals with butt-related things. Free BBLs, hemorrhoid cream, stool softener, prostate exam. That's my entire brand now, actually. The entire brand now. My roommate actually has hemorrhoids. Give me that code. Yeah, no problem. It's hemorrhoids for you 37. Hemorrhoids for you 67. 67. My braces still hurt. Did you get your braces tightened? I had braces when I was in high school and I hated them. I still have a bit of an overbite. But I used to have messed up teeth. I used to have really messed up teeth when I was younger. Like they were super, super jagged and all over. They had to remove 4 teeth from my mouth. Not like, I still have my wisdom teeth. They didn't remove my wisdom teeth. They just removed 4 teeth. 4 random teeth from my mouth because I had too many teeth. I looked like a monster. I had too many teeth, man. And I remember, like, actually being terrified. I actually really get scared about, like, surgery and stuff like that now because I found out through that whenever they had to remove the teeth, they have to, like, put, like, a shot down into your gums so that you don't feel it while they drill down into your bone and pull the tooth out. And so they put these shots of, like, give you, like, a little bit of, not anesthesia, but, like, the silly gas. And then they put these shots that completely numb you, right? The problem is, that was the day I found out I had this thing called the redhead genetic. And so now, anytime I go to a doctor's, I have to specifically tell the doctor I have a redhead genetic, even though I'm technically not a ginger. I still have the genetic because I have ginger in my genes and my mom's a ginger. And so the redhead genetic, what that is, and it's an actual scientific thing. Like, if you go to the doctors and you ask them about it, they'll tell you that they know about it. Thank you so much for following MGD. Basically, the redhead genetic is that painkillers and anesthesia and stuff like that, it doesn't last as long. So you need more of it, and you need more, like, they need to, like, whenever they did those shots, they had to redo the shot, like, every 5 minutes, whenever I was getting my teeth pulled out. Whenever they gave me morphine at the hospital, when I went to the ER, they had to give me more than usual. But not because it doesn't feel like I have more than usual. I don't get like the added benefit of like, yeah, I get more than usual. Yeah, let's go. I feel so much better. No, it's literally like, it feels like I'm normal when they give me double the amount. Like, all I see is red. My mom is a redhead, and so I actually have ginger genetics. Dentist silly gas. Dude, I still vividly remember dentist silly gas, like, when they put it, and, like, how it tickled the back of my nose, and it made my toes curl. Do you guys remember, like, whenever the dentist put, like, the little masks on you as, like, a kid, and it was silly gas, did it ever just, like, make your toes curl, and, like, your body felt kind of ticklish? Or is that just me? Because I really, like, I always felt so weird about it. Like, it was like a love-hate, like, I almost hated the feeling. Like, it was almost like nails on a chalkboard for me in a way. I don't know how to... See, I never passed out from it. It never made me fall asleep. I've never been put under. I've passed out. I've fainted multiple times before because of various reasons. I think I'm more prone to passing out than most people. I don't know. Because I've passed out a lot in my life, but I've never been put under medically. anytime they've ever used like laughing gas or like numbing or anything, or like given me medication or anything, I've never had to, like, I've never gone under. And going under kind of scares the crap out of me because what do you mean I'm going under? What do you mean, like, I'm just gonna wake up? Like, I'm just gonna black out and then wake up, and then, like, a chunk of time is missing. And somebody, and, like, my liver is a brand new liver. Or, like, you know, like, somebody was messing with the inside of my body, and I had no idea. Like, whenever that you get put under, like, for surgery or something. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean I'm gonna get, like, I'm gonna literally just wake up? No, it's not the same as sleep, because when I sleep, I have, like, dreams and stuff. This is just, like, blackout. Like, from the people that I've talked to, being put under feels a lot more like, and I guess not all of you will know this feeling, but have you ever gotten blackout drunk? Like, genuinely blackout drunk, where, like, somebody will show you videos of things you were doing and saying, and, like, events that happened, that you genuinely, like, no matter how hard you try, you cannot remember those memories, and it's actually terrifying. Like, your heart drops whenever you find out that there was a period of time you literally cannot find in your brain. It's actually really, really scary. I've only ever had that happen once, and it was whenever I was a bit of an alcoholic in high school, pre-Jesus era. But it was really, really scary to me, and I've heard that it's very similar to that, where it's almost like a time skip that your brain wants to try to remember, but no matter how hard you try, it's like something is missing from your brain. And it feels like you died and then woke up. Like, I don't know how to explain it, because it's just nothingness. That's what I've been told. It's teleportation. It's not even teleportation. It's like time travel, almost. New time code, PJ, pre-Jesus. I did some not epic things, so never doing that again. Luckily, I never did anything too insane. Except for, like, trauma dump on a bunch of teenagers who made fun of me for it. Because I got really drunk, and then I got really, really sad. And then I told them that my dad beat me when I was a kid, and then everyone was laughing at me. I didn't have the greatest friends in high school, I'm not gonna lie. Anyways. Hello, Miss Hannah. I'm hoping you can put me in prayer. Of course, life has been challenging, and I'm in need of God's guidance. I literally will have you in my prayers. Life tends to be a bit of a challenge. But remember, man plans his ways, but God makes our steps. Yes, my dad actually, I'm not joking when I say that. I've healed through this now, and I have a pretty good relationship with my family and stuff now. Like, I've gone through a lot of therapy and a lot of, like, spiritual warfare stuff. Like, we're solid specifically with that part of my childhood. But yes, I was kidnapped and beat as a child, but it's fine now. Like, I have a pretty good life now. So, and I'm actually grateful that I can use those experiences to relate with other people who have gone through really hard things too. Because it means that, like, now if I try to share advice or something, people are more likely to listen, because I've actually gone through the hard stuff to give it almost, like, gives me credibility, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I did have a really, really rough childhood. If you guys are ever interested in that, or how I came to Jesus, or how my childhood was, I do have a 3-hour unedited video on YouTube called My Testimony that kind of goes through all of that. I'm planning on making a part 2 for it soon, because so much of my life has changed for the better, honestly, realistically, since then. And so there's a lot of new lore drops since I've posted that. But yeah, anyways, everything's okay now, guys. She's gonna afford a BBL someday. Yeah, this guy gets it. Guys, it's okay. Once I can afford a BBL, my trauma will be resolved. My trauma will be deduced. Like, my butt will be so big that I don't have the space to carry the trauma anymore. My butt will just be so big that, like, my butt will carry the trauma for me. From dad beating to BBL, what an adventure. That's what I've been saying. Words of wisdom. Trying to be the new Nikki. Spreading the trauma. No, don't clip it. Don't clip it. Please, God. Don't quote that. Okay, guys. I actually have to get going now. It's time for me to go. Like, I actually do have to get going. But this was a great stream. Really, really. You should have pasta for dinner, Firms. Crazy stream, guys. Yeah, I miss our talks. I miss our deep talks, guys. This has just been an adventure, for sure. This has just been lovely. Yeah, I love our I love our talks so much. Okay, I am going to actually... Ooh, I have an awesome friend that I love so much. She is playing a game that I simultaneously love and hate. So, I really recommend you give her a lot of love. We're gonna go ahead and raid her today. Oh, that is not what I meant to do. /raid. There we go. But guys, just don't forget, BBLs cure trauma, and use code BYEBUTTCREAM20 to get 20% off your hemorrhoid cream. I love you guys so much, and I hope you have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow for more butt related content. I love you guys so much. Tell Avery I said Don't forget to tell people to use my code. All right, bye guys. I love you so much.